smell like egg.
Like egg?
I smell like egg. I just tried to make the quickest. I was starving, and I had made something before I left, and I was just choking down a soft-boiled egg. But it, like, got all over me, and now I smell like egg, like, fully.
That boiled egg smell is so distinct.
Oh, God, you could smell it from anywhere. It smells like a dog or a kid when they go out to play.
Oh, yeah.
They smell like eggs.
A kid when they go out to play.
They smell like eggs. Why? Why do they smell like that? What is that smell that kids have when they come home? It's so weird. Anyways, the first step is you find a cross. God, let me get into it. It's actually the most embarrassing thing to know how to do a Rubik's Cube, because then you know, and then you just feel like a douchebag every time you do it. There's no there's no fun way to show someone that you could do the Rubik's Cube. It's a douchebag thing every time.
Yeah, you know what you need to do? You need to find you need to do it in front of your nephew or something like that. You know?
Yeah, I need a new audience. Yeah. I need a younger audience for people that care.
Blow their mind.
All right, let's get it started. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kim Congdon Takeover. I'm your host, Kim Congdon, here with myself and my producer, baby Zaves. What's up, Zaves?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I see that you had something up on Reddit. It feels a little researched.
No, I know exactly which one you're talking about. I think my friends.
When I walked into the room and sat down to do my podcast, Xavier had a Reddit link up and zoomed in, very specific, and it looks like, when you can tell someone's clicked it already and it's light gray. He's already read it. He had it up for me. It said, "I think my friend's autism diagnosis is changing her." Mind you, let me remind everybody, I have not been officially diagnosed. I took 2 online tests, one that I randomly found and one that my autistic cousin sent me and was like, that other one wasn't real, take this one. And I failed at both. I tried to cheat the second one and I got a higher score. And I'm still I don't think I'm autistic. I'm still fighting it. I don't think I am. Anyways, let's see what's going on with Level137 on Reddit. She says, "I think my friend's autism diagnosis is changing her. My friend was diagnosed a couple years ago with autism. She's very high functioning, but it was definitely the best because that on record. But it was definitely for the best because with that on record, teachers are more understanding. However, I think she's been trying to change to become more autistic, if that makes sense. I've known her since diapers, and she's always had ADHD and OCD. Okay, relatable. But otherwise, she behaved just like everybody else. When she got the diagnosis, which she asked for, she started changing." I like to pretend that Sarah submitted this, Sarah Weinshank.
Oh, yeah, this is exactly. I was like, I think I found Sarah's Reddit thread.
Is Sarah Leva137? Is this what's going on? My best friend posts this. Whenever teachers used to do that thing where they give you a hint if you ask a question, she would take a hint and almost always figure it out. Now, if they get a hint, she sits in her chair and won't do anything until they come back and tell them because she's autistic, she can't be expected to figure things out on her own. I like this. She also gets into more arguments about smaller things and once argued something that was factually incorrect. When I showed her the fact, she said, "I won't forget this about you," and then later apologized. Is this me? I'm autistic. We have this thing where we defend our opinions very strong.
So I kind of remember stuff like this in school. Did you ever feel like kids were faking it a little bit?
Well, we didn't have it wasn't like people didn't talk about autism when I went to school.
Yeah. Like autism wasn't the thing.
We did have kids that would fake but actually now I think about it, it might have been real mental illness. If you're faking it, how sound are you?
That's true. It's a good point.
There's got to be another reason you're faking it. But yeah, there are kids that were faking shit. I had a girl in my middle school fake being pregnant the whole year. She had us buying baby clothes for her.
She faked.
I stole some stuff from my little sister to bring to her to school. This bitch. I was trying to help.
She needs it more.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I think I stole like a nipple off of a bottle. And I was like, "Here's a nipple in case you need one for a bottle."
Oh.
This bitch never had a baby. Never. Anyways, Okay, so she used to be somewhat adventurous with food. There were definitely certain textures she couldn't eat, but since the diagnosis, she stopped eating food she liked and only eats autism foods like mac and cheese and chicken nuggets. This girl's living the life. Dude, all her hopes and ambitions went right out the window. Yes. And she says she wants to live in her parents' basement as long as she can so she doesn't have to work because she's autistic. Yes. When she said that to me, I was trying to be supportive. I said she shouldn't let autism decide her life because she's more than her diagnosis, but she disagreed with me and said that she's autistic and there's nothing she can do. Dude, I really want to know if this is something that can be helped and she can get her ambition back or if I'm not being supportive. Wow. Wow. This girl's a genius. She found her ticket out.
Yeah.
She goes, you know what? I'm autistic. I'm getting disability. This is a Puerto Rican autistic. This is a Puerto Rican. She said, I'm done. I'm
done.
Free.
Mac and cheese.
She broke from the shackles of the simulation we're stuck in.
Yeah, right. Like I couldn't tell if she's like trying to play everybody or if she's just like actually being herself. And now she's just like, no, dude, like this is me.
That's actually a good point, Xavier. She could just be going like, now I'm fully going to be who I am.
Yeah, like everything else was like her trying way too hard.
Yeah.
And now she's just like, you know what? Just fucking give me the chicken nuggets and mac and cheese.
She's done. Yeah, let's see what the top comment says. As someone who was finally told I was autistic on top of ADHD, this is really disrespectful and disturbing. We've got our tendency to say things. What she's doing is perpetuating every single stereotype about us. I'd argue that she's got more going on than being autistic. Here's your side. As another autistic person, it sounds like she's letting her mask drop and not abiding by expectations that were set for her as though she wasn't. Is that neurodivergent?
Yeah.
I'm always very straight to the point. Prior to starting to unmask, I would jump through the hoops to figure out how to say things more kindly, and still people would get their feelings hurt because it's considered rude to be so straightforward. Since beginning the unmasking process, I still try to be considerate, but if I say it rubs off the wrong way, that's their problem. Example, if someone were to serve a dish with pineapple and I don't like pineapples in the past, I might have tried to come up with an excuse not to eat the dish. Now I just say, I don't like pineapple, but thank you. You wouldn't believe how many people take offense to that kind of thing. Not my problem, though. I said the Cherokee.
Yeah.
Well, this girl, one of two things has happened. She's either tricking society or she's really letting herself be, which either way, I'm on her side.
Yeah, either way, I think she should continue on.
If she's like, I'm autistic, I think that's hilarious. I don't know. I guess it does get annoying when it starts affecting your life, but it hasn't affected me personally. So, like other people just being like, I'm autistic, and me being like, you're not. Like, I haven't had that situation where I don't care. I mean, like, I just don't care either way if you are or aren't.
Right.
Be.
Just be.
Just be, dude. I don't know. Do your fucking thing. What's happening with me right now? I smell like egg.
I had a question for you. I went to lunch with a friend yesterday, and then I don't want to put too much of their stuff on blast. I won't say like the name, but they're dealing with like like when someone's like friendly but not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive. So
Yeah.
it's like I found another one of these questions like that. How do you respond to a condescending "Are you okay"? There's this lady at work. Are
you okay? I hate when people. That is actually someone going, "Are you okay?" Condescending, like acting like you're the mentally ill one when they're being a cunt. For me, I mean, I'm a better person now and I don't fight anymore, but it makes me want to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, like it makes me feel aggressive. Absolutely.
It makes me want to be like, you want to see what not okay is?
Yeah.
Do you want to see what not okay is? There's a lady at work who does this daily, there's this lady at work who say this to a lot of people. Okay. Do I need to be hospitalized right now? Am I reading that right?
Oh no, I think she's probably like writing it off. I think the translation would be like, there's an old lady at work who says this a lot to people and they find it rude.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa. By the way, this is how the sentence is really written, people. There's this lady at work who days this to a lot of people, and they all find it rude. That's like how the Sims talk.
Yeah, and they're like, please help.
Yeah. There's this lady on work on whose days this to a lot of people, and they find it rude. I don't know how to say this without her snickering back. I usually just say yes, but it doesn't seem to get her to stop. Yeah, if someone asks me if I'm okay, I literally just go, "Are you okay?" I'm like, I will just say what the truth is. I'll be like, "I'm fine. You seem annoyed. So just say why you're annoyed." I'm like that kind of person that would just do that. I just go, "Just say why you're annoyed. Why are we?"
Yeah, like, why are you bringing me into it?
Don't bring me into it. Don't bring me into your shit. Okay? People do that. I've had people do that over the years. And you know what? I don't take it. I don't fucking take it, dude.
Like, I'm not subscribing.
I'm not subscribing to your bullshit. Ugh, I'm so sick of when people are like, just let it go. Those people don't deserve your energy. I feel like most people let it go. And those people just go around being assholes all the time because everyone just lets it go.
Yeah. No, so now they're getting away with it.
Yeah, someone ever tried you and you go, "Hey, what the fuck's your problem?" And you see the look in their face when they're like, "Oh, someone said something back." That one time to me is worth a million times of letting it go and feeling like the better person. Seeing someone realize that they're a douchebag and I get to look at it with my eyes is really fun for me.
Yeah.
Is that crazy? Is that crazy? There's a few people I got on a list. You know what? And it doesn't make me feel like the bigger person when I let go because they keep doing it. There's a few people, even in this industry, that a few times have said something and I've let it go. And I've been like, I'm the bigger person. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, one more time. You have one more time to be a dickhead. You literally have 3 strikes with me. You get allowed to say things 3 times. And then I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
I can't let it go.
I knew that was going. Yeah, because like at the lunch, I guess like my friend was telling me like her friend is just like she'll say like she'll be like say something, be like, oh, like look at this picture of me. I didn't post it because I don't like the way my arm looked, and then she'll wait for like a group of people to be around and be like, oh, like are you like because of your fat arm, and you're just like,
oh hell no. That's not a friend. I've had friends like that. That's not a friend.
Yeah. Exactly. Like
that's
they're
a hater.
Always trying to put you down just very slightly. And then it's like, what?
That's a hater. You got a hater in your corner. That's what it is. If you got a friend that's putting you down, oh, I don't remember who told me. One of my friends told me recently that his wife was taking a picture with one of her friends. And he was looking at the picture and he realized that the friend made his wife fatter on an app so that she could literally made her arms bigger in the picture. Like not even made her own arms smaller, made the other girl bigger.
Oh my God.
That's some hater shit,
Yeah,
dude.
That's so bad.
Bitches be hating though. Listen, this is a hard lesson to learn that, you know, it's fucked up is that you can really trust people and they could let you down. And then that's kind of like you're kind of letting your own trust in yourself down because you're like, I didn't even see that. Has that ever happened where you got snaked by someone and you didn't see it and you go like, how can I even trust myself?
Oh, yeah. We're like, now you're questioning everything. Like
everything, every relationship you've ever had, everything where you're like, that person's my friend. You're like, well, I thought this person was my friend too.
Oh, God.
When people snake you, it's weird. I'm just not really the kind of person, if I don't like you, you know.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what, that's so rare. I feel like in like the city of Los Angeles, because I feel like everyone's like kind of like businessy.
Trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like that's really bad for you. For me, when I'm mad at someone, I have to tell them right then and there.
That's the healthiest
thing. Or
thing.
I'll just hold it in all day and like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'll just hold it in all day and it'll kind of stew and then it'll make it, in my head, it'll kind of like turn into the storm of a bigger deal than it is. Instead of just being like in the moment, being like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Which is kind of more awkward in the moment, but then it's done. Some people, they just walk around and they don't say how they feel. And to me, that is so weird.
Yeah.
It is so weird. I have to.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. if you're like me, you have anxiety because of social media, because of relationships, because plans are always changing. We live in a chaotic environment. Maybe your family's too much and you're keeping all your emotions bottled up and it's starting to affect you negatively. And that's when, you got to go to therapy. Therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and to figure out how to work through whatever's weighing you down. For me personally, I've had lots of mental issues, and my therapist has really helped pull me out of some dark times. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/takeover today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/takeover.
I have to say something. Even if I'm like in a weird meeting and it's just like a weird vibe, I have to be like, what's going on with the vibe in here? Like, why wouldn't anyone say that? And then everybody goes, yeah, what is it? And then you feel it break. And I'm like, why did I have to do that? Why were we all 14 in here stiff as fuck?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just, there needs to be more bitches like me. I can't hold up the bitch weight, dude. It's a job only some can take on.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think people like need stuff like that in their corner, because then like you realize that like, oh, like it is okay.
Totally.
But oh god, I've definitely been on the other side of that where you're just like, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to say it.
Dude, I've been snaked as fuck. I've been T-boned emotionally. You ever get T-boned emotionally?
Yeah.
I remember I was dating this guy for a really long time and I was really into him, and we were going through, I had just become friends with this girl, and I would tell, she was like my only friend in the city, and I would tell her all my shit. Like, we would complain about our boyfriends together pretty much, because it was like kind of towards the end of my relationship, and we'd go out to dinner and I'd be like, this is kind of what's going on. And she would always be like, you're so much hotter than him. You're so much better than him. And then I decide to move on. I leave. I move away. And guess who starts dating? Is that not crazy? Like, to me, like, even if I pull myself out of it and I like take out like the thing that was done to me, isn't it crazy for her?
Yeah, like you were talking all that shit.
Isn't it nuts? Even to even had to have gone there, you had to have wanted to. Like, the intention had to be, you know what I mean? I don't know. When my friends date a guy and they're over it, I'm fucking disgusted by them. I don't want to see any of my friends' exes. They gross me out. They gross me out. I already know all the horrible things you do.
Oh, that's right. So it's like you
and
can't.
And she knew the horrible things. And that's what she liked. But that makes sense. Because people with the same energy are attracted to each other.
Oh, okay.
Dun, dun, dun. There's this YouTube. Oscar and Kira. So this couple, Oscar and Kira, they were a YouTube family. And they filmed all their shit together. And she was like, I guess they had a bunch of followers together. It was like her and her husband, and then her best friend and her husband. And then like a couple years into the YouTube channel, it comes out that this is the girl and her husband. That this bitch was sleeping with her best friend's husband. Like, the two couples did YouTube stuff together.
Oh my God.
And now people are like looking back at their old channels, and you could see the two secretly texting. Like, she'll text and put her phone down, and then the other guy picks his phone up and he smiles and he looks at, right there. There it is. Oh. Did you see it?
Oh,
yeah, dude. It's like it was that scene that people are finding like moments now in the backgrounds of the video that no one ever noticed. And yeah, they fucking left their entire families. I mean, these people have children. I think these two had 3 children together already, these two. And the other one had a kid with, and then this girl left and married her best friend's husband and now is pregnant with his child. After she made her own husband get a vasectomy. It's juicy, dude. Kira, Oscar. If you want to find out more about it, get on there. But it is some juicy, gross drama. And she still does YouTube channels just now with a new guy who was like, her kids used to call him uncle, and now it's their stepdad.
Oh, that's so weird.
That's weird as fuck. And it was her best friend's husband.
God, yeah, that's so fucked up.
That's
dude.
fucked up. Have you ever had like a big drama like that?
Yeah. I was
your family or
working. I
anything?
was working with someone, and then they like. I remember I was working with somebody. I go out to like a mutual friend's birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I meet some like we're initially just there hanging out, and then like we're hanging out with people, and I meet someone, and then later on like a week later they're like, hey, do you want to like come over? I was like, sure, like I'll hang out, and then she takes a picture of me outside of like this liquor store, and then my initial friend calls me. He goes, where are you at right now? And I was like, I mean, this person invited me. Like, is this somewhere I'm not supposed to be? And he's like, oh no, it's fine. Like, they're a good person. And I was like, oh, cool. And then that just like started like this whole thing.
Drama.
Yeah.
Like she invited you to kind of like hang out, but in a weird way a little bit, but you didn't realize. You thought it was in a friendly way. Is that what it was?
I thought, well, I thought like, I was like, okay, I'm hitting up this person, and then I get a call. And then it was just, and I was like, hey, like, be for real. Like, I'm like, you like this person? I shouldn't be here right now. Like, I'll leave right now.
The worst thing is to be with someone you shouldn't be with or don't want to be seen with.
Oh, the don't want to be.
Don't want to be seen with hurts. I one time met a guy for a date on a dating app, and he was so cute on the dating app. He was supposed to be a second grade teacher. Like his pictures were like him teaching the class, and like he was like very cute. And when he showed up, I am not kidding, he was dressed like Flavor Flav.
Yeah, like
And
the
he had like
chains
this, like he was like too hood for me. And I've dated some hood guys. Yeah, he was dressed like this pretty much. And we went to a really nice bar, and he was asking if they had Hennessy, and he didn't know how to pronounce any of the food. And I was just like, it was just such a different person than I thought it was. I was like, what happened to the handsome, smart teacher that I matched with?
Oh, instead you get Flav.
I got Flav, who's like being rude to the server too. It was the only time I've ever ended a date early and been like, I just kind of want to go home.
Oh man, I applaud you for that. My ass will stay.
I normally would stay all the time, but like this one was so bad that I was just like, I at this point I had comedy fans too, and I was just like, I actually can't be seen with you.
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
for the sake of my own career. I can't have anyone think this is someone I would ever date. Like he was like a problem, dude.
Oh.
He was a problem. And that night was really weird too, because we went and had a drink, and this is how I was going to end it. There was a place that had a pool table across the street. I said, I'm a little tired. Why don't we go play a game of pool, and then I'll head home. I think that was good, right? Because you can play pool with anyone. Like, it's more of a thing to do. We're not sitting at a table together, like asking each other small talk. I didn't want anyone to know we were on a date.
Okay.
So we go across the street, and this is in LA, and it's like this billiards place across the street. And we knock, and I swear to God, like a movie, it's like, looks like it's locked up, but I can see that there are people inside kind of through the small window. And so we knock, and like a movie, a thing slides open. And then there's just like eyes, and he's like, what do you want? And then we're like, I was like, we're going to play a game of pool. And then it looks like a movie, dude. And then it shuts. And then when it opens, it's like 4 of the most scary, definitely Mexican gang dudes I've ever seen. Like tattoos head to toe looking at me. The bartenders were like lip liner, hot, like big scary chicks too. And they were all looking at me, and one of the guys at the bar went,
Oh.
and they were like, okay, you want to come in? And then the guy I was on a date with, he's like, you want to go in? And I went, no, I want to go home. I just had enough. I was on a date with this guy. Now I'm hearing this creepy thing with these the whole night was just shifting into this weird energy. And I was like, no, I want to home. Take me home.
Yeah.
Take me home right now. So I'll say it. I'll leave.
That's good.
But the key is, when I was single, the key is if you want to go on dates, but you have anxiety and you don't want to hang out too long, make dates that are short. Pick up a coffee. Do something that's only going to be an hour. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, instead of like a whole day's worth of activity.
or say, like, I have something at noon. I can meet for an hour if you want to grab a coffee and go for a walk. Done. Because these people, you can't be wasting your time out there. There's too many. There's too many time wasters in the world. People will waste your time too.
Oh, that's for sure.
People love taking up your time. Sometimes people are taking up my own time and I go, you're also taking your time.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're using your life minutes. I don't know if I'm like a psycho, but I look at my life like one of the, like that sand thing you have on. What is that thing called?
I think just like a little sand timer.
Yeah, the sand timer. I'm like, let's go. When people are talking to me, sometimes I can see those little grains going down. And in my head, like sometimes someone will be talking to me, and I hope this doesn't sound really bitchy, but sometimes someone will be talking to me and it's just about really nothing that I care about. And in my head, I am like, I can't believe that you're taking time from my precious life.
you start to feel sad.
No, it starts to make me mourn my own death. And I'm like, I can't believe that in my life story, this 25-minute story about the drywall and the old house you had and the place you grew up is just part of my story now. Thank you for adding that piece of useless information to my chapter. I don't know. Am I a drywall expert? Did I seem interested in drywall? Talk to a man. I don't know. Because there are other times though when someone starts talking and I'm fully immersed and I'm like, even I don't know what it is that catches my attention. But some people, just the way they talk, even if they're not saying anything interesting, I'm just interested in the way that they process thoughts. And so I'll watch them in that way.
Okay.
But I feel like, God, I'm going to diagnose myself as like a psychopath or something. But I feel like I watch most people like animals, like how I watch animals in a zoo. Instead of like really listening, I'm just watching.
You're just studying the people.
I'm just studying. I'm just so interested. I'm like, oh, they do this. And then I start picking up on things that they do. I'm like, every time they talk about this, they do this with their eye. And then I'm like, pay attention. They're going to ask you something soon. But the whole time I'm like, it's crazy that they sway back and forth. I wonder why they do that. I wonder if then they were a kid, my mind goes into 1,000 different places about who they were, how they got here, what kind of things had to happen in order for their personality to be created. I put this whole thing in my mind together. What is that? Is that sick?
I don't know. You know what? I feel like my dad is like that. He's always like assessing.
Yes.
You're like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you guys are just like fucking on the
edge. Is it a paranoia?
I think maybe. I think does it like help like. You're a very sharp person, so like I think maybe that could be like that could like attribute to it to where you're like it's because you're always on the fucking
dude.
edge,
I have my back against the wall, constantly looking around. Is that what it is? I'm paranoid. Am I paranoid like a meth head? Is that what's happening with me? What the fuck, dude?
That's your secret power.
My secret power is being paranoid and on edge. That's so sad. No. No, my superpower is smelling sneezes.
So, oh yeah, I forgot that you have an incredible scent too. Yeah,
dude, I can smell anything. I swear to God, I can smell anything. I can smell a sneeze. This room, something's been freshly painted a few days ago. It always has though. This smells like death. No. Yeah, I have a good sense of smell. If you can smell sneezes, shout out in the comments.
Yeah, we gotta know who else is out there that can do that.
I swear, it's not just me. I could smell sneezes. I could smell gas leaks like a motherfucker. I can smell gas leaks through the crack of a door in another home. I smell gas very easily. And my boyfriend doesn't believe me when I say this, but I can also see really well through water. I swear. I swear. I see fish when people don't. I do. I could just see like
when you're swimming in the ocean, or
well, if I'm at the beach, I'll be like, oh, did you see that fish? It's right there. You see it in the water? And everyone's like, no. And I'm like, it's clearly right there. I could see like the stripes on it, the dots, like what kind of fish it is. And people are like, no, I can't see through the water like that. And I'm like, how? I feel like I can see through water better than the average.
I would.
All of my talents are useless. I have not one useful talent. I can see through water and I can smell sneezes. I'm the worst superhero. Someone sneezed here. It's just me in a cave going, someone has allergies. Allergy season's the worst, dude. It smells. The whole city smells.
I didn't even think about that for you. So it's just
stinks. It stinks, dude. I can smell it. You know what it smells like? Have you ever took a sip of a glass of water and you're like spit dried on it, and then you go to take a sip like an hour later and you can tell there's been like
yeah, that's gross.
I remember in California when I was 7 years old, I got a glass of water that smelled like that, and it was supposed to be a clean glass of water, and that might have kickstarted my OCD. I've never forgotten it, and I've never not rinsed a glass out before I drink it since that day.
Really?
Yeah.
So someone gives you a glass, like you just quickly.
If someone gives me a glass and I'm at their house, I try to do it when they're not looking, but I'll rinse it out. It's so rude. It's so rude. But I'm like, even if you clean it to the best of your ability, like dust got in it.
Sure.
Something got in it. A bug could have crawled in and out of it with its little bug legs. That was also crawling in the bug street with bug poop on the sidewalk. Poop. I hate poop. I fucking hate poop, dude. Why? I think I don't want to live in a city anymore. I can't stand it. It's too poopy. I want to run barefoot in the grass.
That is nice.
Without a heroin needle stabbing me and me having to go get a hepatitis test. Is that too much to ask in a city? A little grass? I went and played basketball with my boyfriend.
You guys are a fun guy. You guys are always doing something.
Well, you know what? We're not always doing something. A lot of the times we're ignoring each other in separate rooms playing different video games for 6 hours at a time. And we literally have to be like, we have to do something for 1 hour. Like I'll come out and be like, put shoes on. We have to go, or he will. It'll be like, we have to go outside for an hour. And that's the fun stuff, is like when we force ourselves to go outside. So if you're out there and you're feeling lazy, you literally have to force yourself sometimes. Every time I've ever worked out or gone outside or done anything remotely fun or in nature, I've had to force myself there. And then when I'm there, I'm like, it's great. Okay. We should do this all the time. But I don't know if everyone else feels the same, but when I wake up, I just kind of want to lay in the bed till the sun goes down again. Is that depression? What is that?
That could be a little bit of that.
I just want to lay in bed and kind of scroll and laugh at some TikToks and avoid reality until the sun sets again. But then something happens where I go, you have to get up. It's like this self-punishing feeling where you go, you have to get up. Come on, just get up. And I swear to God, one time, this is going to sound so crazy, but this really happened to me. And I don't know if I was in a state of delirium, but about 5 years in a stand-up, this is when I was like grinding. I was trying to go to 3, 4, 5 mics a night. I was sleeping in a living room. Like I was poor as fuck. I had no money. I was like working all the time and I was just so tired. And I remember I was laying on the floor, giving my eyes a rest and being like, you have to leave for work in 10 minutes. You cannot fall asleep. But I was more tired than I'd ever been in my life. I also had zero energy because I was not eating. And then I was laying on the ground and I was like, just get up. And then I didn't. I was like, just get up. And I remember telling myself like, okay, you have 10 more seconds and you have to push yourself up. And then I started counting down and I got to 3, 2, 1. And I pushed. And when I opened my eyes, dude, I was still sleeping on the ground below me. I could see the back of my head. It was like a weird dream state, I like pushed up and I remember the first thought was, wow, I've never seen the back of my head. And the second thought was like, how am I seeing this? And then my third thought was, I need to go back in. And then I went down and then sat back up, but it felt like I never fell asleep. It felt like there was no transition of eyes closing and then sitting back up. It felt like one movement and I was conscious during the whole thing. And I don't know if I was just so tired that I experienced delirium or if I left my physical body for a second because I was so tired, or if it's some sort of weird meditation thing.
Right, like you're like astral projecting or something. Like you catch, like that's so weird. You catch yourself going back into your body.
Dude, I literally remember having the thought, the last thought was I need to go back in. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to like. I'd be like, how do I do that? Did you just like try to fall on yourself?
Dude, it wasn't even like there was that many other thoughts. It was just like just
get back in there.
Just go back in. And the way I sat up, I remember I folded back down and then I sat up again and I was like with my body. But I think that I had maybe been so tired, I went into like a deep meditative state. That I separated my mind or something fucking deep, something white happened to me that day. Something really white happened to me that day. And there ain't no explaining it.
Were you ever into like meditation and stuff like that?
No, not really. But I've joked before that I feel like I'm in a constant state of meditation. I actually have the opposite problem where I could use some reality grounding. Because I just put everything that I worry about outside of my head until I need it. And I just it's very avoidant, I think. And I kind of just ignore it until it's almost too late. And then I'll put it back in my head. And I'll be like, well, I didn't think about it the last week. That was nice.
You know what? I kind of like that.
Dude, it's like people think it's bad, but I'm like, it's kind of peaceful. It's kind of peaceful. If you avoid a lot, if you avoid just enough, and then you don't have to ever think about anything. You just go. You just are.
Yeah, I can't tell if you're like a fucking if you're like a guru or just like
I'm a cunt guru. Dude, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have so many things I need to do right now, and I know that there's a lot of them, but I don't know how to explain it. Okay, imagine these are all the things that I need to do, and this is how they go through a person's head. They're like things, and then they worry, and then it goes out, and it's just a streaming thought. Mine, until it's time to deal with it, they go like this. They go like around my head, like, ooh, and then they just keep going. And I know they're there, but I just don't let them in. And then when the time comes, I'll go, all right, it's time to worry. Bring it in. Bring in the back load of worry I stored somewhere.
I swear to God, somebody has given me that like such a similar a definition of like that was how they were trying to explain meditation to me.
No.
Because I was like, oh, like, you know, like I can't turn it off and blah. Like you gotta let it just float around you. They just kept calling it being like a witness.
Dude, that's how I feel. I'm a witness to my own stress. Am I in a constant state of meditation? Maybe that's why I haven't made it. I need to unmeditate for a bit.
It's just so.
How do you take an unmeditative class?
An unmeditative.
I need one of those. Yeah, I need to be like, I don't know, stressed more. Imagine me if I worried more. I'd have so much shit done. I'd have a book. I'd have a book by now if I worried more, but what's the point?
See, like you can't help it. You're just like this.
It's just like, what's the point, dude? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't actually matter. Even if I get all the things that I want, it doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. I've been happy other ways. I'll continue to be happy. No matter what choice I make. That's on me. That's on me. Buddha quotes Kim Congdon. I'll continue to be happy. That's on me. ... That's on me. Let's see if I agree with Buddha. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Sure, I would like less words. Hatred does not cease by hatred, only by love. This is the eternal rule. This one's hard, but yeah, I get it. Those who are free of resentful thoughts surely find peace. That's actually very true. If you truly loved yourself, you could never hurt another. That's actually true. That's really true, dude. That's what I said. Everyone should be more narcissistic. Pay more attention to yourself. Love yourself, dude. All these people with anger issues, they're pissed at themselves. That's on you. It's on you. I'm happy that's on me.
This is so interesting. I feel like a few years ago, the Dalai Lama talked about this. He's like, there's going to be urban Buddhas out there. There's going to be these people that go through the spiritual, and then I feel like I'm
in an acid rap shirt going, I'm happy. That's on me. That's on me. You're mad? That's on you. That's on you. But I'm right. That's on you. Stop being mad.
See, I'd rather it be like this than like Russell Brand just getting like so intense and being like, we're all connected. And
we're all connected in this one divine. Yeah, sure. If we're all connected, make your part of the connection nice and pleasant so that we can link our chains and everyone's happy. Make your link good. I'm sorry, am I the deepest bitch ever lived? Make your link good. It's true, though. I also have this theory that everyone in the world is right and wrong. Anything you've ever argued about, everyone's right and wrong. There's pieces you can pull out of anybody's argument that could make them right, and also pieces that can make them wrong. Most people. With the exception of pedophiles. That's the only thing that it's like, even if they can't help it, I think, I don't know if we can pull this up, but I think DeSantis is pulling for execution of anybody caught diddling kids or trafficking kids. Yeah. Execution to child trafficking. Yeah, something like that. Signs legislation to combat human trafficking. Yeah. Oh, he wants to raise the stripper age. I'm good with that. I'd like to see more 21-year-old strippers and less 18-year-old strippers.
Communities tools to rescue trafficking victims and hold those responsible accountable. Tonight, he signed a new law to make it happen.
Hell
CBS
yeah.
News Miami's Larry Seward is outside the Granada Church in Coral Gables, where the governor called this one of Florida's major problems. Larry?
Seward is a funny last name.
I was just going to say his name is Larry Seward.
Larry Seward's nuts. Larry Cunt. That is exactly what he's been called.
According to Governor DeSantis, Floridians flood the National Human Trafficking Hotline with more calls for help for victims than every state in the country except for one. So he's pushing money into educating people on the signs of trafficking and giving law enforcement more ammo to crack down. Earlier this afternoon, inside Granada Church here in Coral Gables, the governor signed House Bill 7063 into law. This keeps intact a statewide council on human trafficking. It's a group that works with police. They require known places for trafficking, your rest areas, massage parlors, and strip clubs, to post signs with numbers for the national and state hotlines for human trafficking. Florida is one of few states to have its own hotline.
Well,
there's also,
I don't know. It didn't say anything about executing them, but I thought I read that somewhere. Proposed death. Yeah, DeSantis proposes death penalty for child rapists. I like this guy. I think this is the one thing where there's no right or wrong. I think even if you're a person that's attracted to children and you can't help yourself and it's just like in you, this is a hot take. I do think that we just got to start offing them. Especially the ones that, we definitely have to off the ones that can't help themselves but to diddle the children. They got to go. I think we should be executing them because it's like a disease. Like it's like, then you do a ticket and then that kid does it to another kid. It like keeps getting passed down. Dude, you got to fucking... I want world peace, but kill the diddlers. Kim Congdon, 2020. What's the next election? 2028?
Or 2028.
Kim Congdon, 2028. No diddlers, just fiddlers. No diddling, just music. No diddlers, just fiddlers would be my...
That's the slogan.
Yeah, when I run. And I'm happy that's on me. You're not, that's on you. That's my new one, too. All right, guys, that's enough for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to the Kim Congdon Takeover. You guys can follow me at Kim Congdon everywhere, kimcongdon.com for show dates. Childless MILF on YouTube, This Bitch Podcast with Sarah Weinshank, The Magic Prank Show on Netflix. Check out The Roast of Tom Brady. And Xavier, what about you? What you got?
I don't know. I'm right here with them all the time. You got to check out the YouTube. Everybody like and subscribe.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.